Venice, the most romantic city on water in the world, grows and develops as a magnet for tourists. This floating city has an attraction for many pairs of eyes, a place where natural beauty and architectural wonders unite enchantingly. And this is a portrait of Venice, the most romantic city in the world, which is located on an expanse of open water and offers a peaceful atmosphere through its beauty. Venice is a city in Italy that stands on a shallow lagoon, with a very unique concept of culture and lifestyle. Venice is located in northern Italy, northeastern Italy, with Veneto as its capital. Venice has grown into a romantic city that is a favorite tourist destination and the most popular among tourists during the holidays. The area itself is around 414.57 square kilometers, with a population of 2.6 million people. There are many languages commonly used here, starting from Italian, French, English, German to Spanish. Venice is built on 118 groups of small islands on a lagoon connected by 472 bridges and separated by more than 150 canals. Even 72 of the existing bridges are privately owned, connecting houses and small paths. Venice is divided into 6 districts, and there are 3,000 small paths that are adjacent to the canals, as well as residence houses. These small paths are called calli by locals. The smallest calli in Venice is the Calli Varisco, with a width of only about 53 centimeters. Thanks to its landscape dominated by water, this city is also often referred to as a floating city, a city of bridges, and also a city of 1,000 canals. In addition, Venice was awarded as the most beautiful city in the world in 2016. The beautiful Venetian lagoon has been designated a World Heritage Site by UNESCO. Thanks to its shipping industry and unique location, Venice was also once one of the most prosperous cities in the world. This is what led to the formation of beautiful and magnificent palaces, which we can still see today. Venice has a long history and is now around 1,600 years old. The city was founded by people from the Veneto region as a refuge from the barbarian invasions. Originally, the Venetians in the 5th century are thought to have been forced to flee the mainland by conquerors and invaders. They built Venice on a lagoon which provided a safe haven. Not only would it have been difficult for horses and soldiers to reach the place, those who tried to invade would have failed miserably, as the swamps made it difficult for invaders and were exposed to diseases that only the Venetians knew how to treat. In fact, before it was what it is today, thousands of years ago, Venice was originally a swamp when the Western Roman Empire fell. During the Middle Ages, Venice slowly developed into an important commercial city. Around 1000 AD, Venice was once a country called the Republic of Venice. The Republic of Venice began to establish an empire in the eastern Mediterranean that lasted until 1797, when it was annexed by Napoleonic France. It then changed its name several times, becoming part of Austria twice before becoming part of Italy, during the unification of Italy. After going through a long historical story, Venice has now transformed into a beautiful city dubbed the most romantic city in the world. It is called a romantic city because Venice has a unique charm with a captivating atmosphere. The beauty of classical architecture reflecting the sunset on the water, a network of winding canals with historic bridges and magnificent buildings, create a very romantic backdrop. Navigating through the canals with colorful boats, accompanied by the sound of splashing water and beautiful scenery around it, provides a very extraordinary experience. Not to mention the sparkling light of small lights that are lit everywhere, providing a very romantic night atmosphere. In addition, the uniqueness of Venice as a city without motorized vehicles adds an exclusive touch to the atmosphere, creating tranquility and romance that is hard to find anywhere else. All elements come together, creating an image of a city that evokes feelings of love and wonder, making it a highly valued destination for couples looking for romantic moments when making love. As a place surrounded by water, we will not find cars or motorbikes passing by in the heart of the city. Cars and motorbikes can only be used to the limit of the harbour located on the outskirts of the city. On the other hand, water vehicles have a special place here. Venice has a unique traditional means of transportation that is an icon in itself, called the Venetian gondola. This water vehicle is made of 8 types of wood and has played an important role since the 11th century. Gondolas reached their peak of popularity in the 17th and 18th centuries, and it is estimated that Venice was home to 10,000 gondolas at that time. In contrast, today there are only 400 gondolas that ply along the city's canals, taking tourists along every corner of the city through narrow and winding canals. In addition to gondolas, the canals of Venice are also filled with various water vehicles, ranging from Vaporettos, water buses to private motorboats. Other special vessels such as barges carrying fruits and vegetables, garbage ships, water ambulances, police boats and boats containing tourists' belongings form a waterscape with colors and variations that are very pleasing to the eye. Most of the residents here work in the tourism sector. They provide water transportation services, accommodation, and of course are involved in the culinary field. Venice Rialto Market is the most famous market in Venice. This is a great place to visit if you want to see the local lifestyle, or buy freshly caught fish from the Adriatic Sea, as well as fresh vegetables and fruits. Venice is surrounded by salt water to provide clean water for its millions of residents. The city has been equipped with a water supply. A modern drinking water pipe network runs from the coastline to the city. Fresh water comes from the Sile River, which is channeled through an artificial channel. The Venetian lagoon is salt water and has the same tides as the rest of the Adriatic Sea. However, recently, due to the effects of global warming, the volume of water in Venice has increased and sometimes floods some houses. Venice experiences high tides 430 times a year. When the tide is very high, the water in the lagoon rises to flood some houses. This is especially common in the winter. The Venetians call this phenomenon the acqua alta. To prevent the acqua alta from reaching a level that causes problems, Venice is now protected by a mechanism called the Meuse. The Meuse is a type of dam that starts operating when the tide rises, protecting the city and reducing the water level. Another interesting fact about Venice is that tourists do not need to use Google Maps or GPS here. Although the main island of Venice consists of a very complicated maze, it is advisable not to use Google Maps or other GPS services, because these tools cannot track movement around small algae and canals that cross the islands. But if tourists follow the existing signs, they can easily go anywhere. Although the center of Venice is dominated by narrow alleys and canals, in fact, there is one place of the most extensive open land in Venice. That place is St. Mark's Square, or Piazza San Marco. This square was built in the 12th century and is often a gathering place for residents and tourists. In short, Venice, Italy is a beautiful city that combines romantic and unique elements in it. Venice presents the heart of Italy, with the best tourist destinations in an atmosphere of tranquility and peace, which dives into today's modern life. Venice has succeeded in transforming its canals into an iconic city full of inspiration, rich in cultural heritage and great historical relics.